The new generation of powerful personal workstations has much to offer to builders of user interfaces. Machines like the Xerox 1100 series, the Symbolics 3600, or the one shown here, a PERC Systems PERC, have the potential to provide highly cooperative and supportive user interfaces for applications that run on them. The integral high-resolution bitmap screens of these machines can be divided into multiple independent windows and can display icons and other graphical objects in addition to text. A mouse or other pointing device allows various kinds of graphical interaction, including menu selection and identification of system objects by pointing. And the considerable computational power of these machines can support spelling correction, integral help systems, and other cycle-intensive user-friendly features. In practice, however, interfaces on these machines often fail to live up to this potential. Glass teletype style interaction is still all too common and is a poor use of the available interface resources, even if it is conducted through multiple independent windows. A major reason for unsuitable interfaces on these machines is the complexity involved in developing appropriate ones. It is simply too costly in terms of time and effort for an applications programmer to develop a powerful graphical interface for each and every application program he builds. Typically, the effort involved in building and refining such an interface for a simple application will be considerably greater than the effort of constructing the service part of the application. The Cousin Interface project addresses this problem by allowing application builders to define interfaces through a specialized language embodying very high-level interface abstractions. A short textual description in this interface definition language can be interpreted by the Cousin Interface system to provide a sophisticated graphical interface like the one shown here for the print application. Cousin's interface abstractions are based on a form metaphor of communication between application and user. A Cousin interface is a form whose fields correspond to the various pieces of information that the user and application need to exchange. Many of the fields in this form correspond to parameters to the print application, such as the name of the file to print, the number of copies, etc. Other fields correspond to commands the user can give to the application. Here, just the command to produce hard copy on the printer and the command to produce a formatted file ready for printing. The remaining two fields in this form are scroll TypeScript windows for non-graphical feedback to the user from Cousin and from the application. In a minute, we'll look at how a user can interact with such a form to control the application to which it provides an interface. And we'll see some of the kinds of user-friendliness with which Cousin supports such interaction. But first, let's take a broader look at the structure of the Cousin interface system. As shown here, Cousin sits between the application and the user, controlling communication between them according to the specification in the application's declarative form-based interface definition. The application is thus completely decoupled from the numerous details of communication with the user. It sees its interface solely in terms of a collection of value-containing fields which it can access or set, and which Cousin can guarantee to contain correct values. All details of how values get into those fields, how the user knows what values to insert, how user errors are reported and corrected, how online help is given, all these details can be left to Cousin. This represents a tremendous savings in implementation effort to the application builder. There are also two major advantages to this arrangement from the user's point of view. First, instead of a glass teletype, the user gets a sophisticated graphical interface, complete with menus, error correction, integral online help, and other user-friendly features. Secondly, all interfaces that use Cousin follow the same general plan and have the same interaction details. To close, let's review the main features of Cousin. Cousin provides user-friendly graphical interfaces for a wide variety of application systems in an application-independent manner. These interfaces are defined in a declarative language using high-level abstractions based on a form metaphor of communication between application and user. The amount of effort required to construct one of these interface definitions is quite small. In particular, it's very much less than would be required to hand-build a graphical interface of equivalent sophistication to the one Cousin provides. Moreover, the Cousin interfaces are consistent over all applications in terms of both the low-level details of interaction and the high level of user-friendly services provided. Cousin was developed in the Computer Science Department of Carnegie Mellon University under ARPA funding. The implementation shown here runs in the context of the SPICE Scientific Integrated Personal Computing Environment, also developed at CMU.